I just trying to sync my computer. I just trying to sync my computer. There. I think we're good. I think my connection is a little slow, but that's typical. Typical. Get everything organized here. Just wait a couple minutes, see if anybody pops on. Just looking for the catalog special there, but I don't see it. So if anybody's watching, if you could let me know if you can hear me and see me, then I would really appreciate that. Don't know if I'm in the right spot. As far as I know, I am, but you never know. Oops, sorry about that. Normally I can see if someone's watching. Well, it says it's live. It says there's 2 people. I don't know who. I would appreciate if you'd let me know. And I can turn my camera around and we can get started making our card. I can show you what we're making. I know, a slow connection. Hi, Janet. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. It's good to see you. Oh, got some cards in the case that I started, that I was making that are not finished yet. Well, I hope you didn't work too hard today. You work shift work? Right now there's just you and I here, Janet. From what I can see there. I've had such a busy day trying to get my room sorted out with all the packing away all the retired stuff and going through all my paper and the ribbon and different things. What a job. Oh. Anyways, Oh, you work in an office. Yeah. Well, it's better to be busy than not busy, that's for sure. But sometimes you can come home worn right out. Oh, okay. So I am. This is the country flowers. I did the country birdhouses. Now we're doing the country flowers, and I've shown the paper. If you'd like to see it again, let me know. I don't have a lot of it left, but I certainly can show you what I do have. Not much. So I'm going to flip the camera over. So just 1 second. Hope we're focused when it goes over. So I've got a new computer, so I'll get it. I'm going to program it tomorrow, and hopefully it stays up to speed with my phone. Oops, kind of a little lopsided there. I'm sorry. No, I still can't see the top of my screen for whatever reason. Because I have my host code. There's my host code. I wanted you to see that. That's good till the end, till May 30th. Oh, and I was trying to keep the glare off the mat. So let's see if this works a little better. So as you can see, I've been really, well, I guess you can't see yet, but I've really been using a lot of this paper. So this is what we have left. These are from the same piece. So it's still shining, isn't it? Huh. So we have this piece that looks like denim on one side, and on the other side it is like an eyelet. And this is the piece of paper that I'm using tonight out of the set. And I know it's hard to see. I'll see if I can tilt it. See if you can see the pattern a little better. I know it's so, there. That's better, isn't it? It's pretty paper. And then there's the beige, the new beige that we have. And it's the same pattern, the eyelet. And on the other side, it's like basic gray, I think is the color. And then we have the Misty Moonlight. There's 12 sheets, 2 of each. Or I think that's what it is. And then on the other side again, it's a beige. Boy, my computer really is. The name of the collection is, the whole collection is called Country Woods, I think. Let me just check in the catalog. Yeah, here it is here. It's Country Woods Sweet Collection. And you get both stamp sets and both sets of dies. You get the paper, the jewels. So you get everything. If you look on page 50 and 51 of your catalog, you get everything that's on those 2 pages. And if you added them up separately, it's an amazing deal. So, plus it comes with 2-pack ribbon. white and pink, and it has a little almost like a stripe in the ribbon. I don't know if you can see that or not without me taking it out of the bag, but I don't mind. Yeah, there's the ribbon. See the little stripe, and it has it on the white as well. So it's very pretty, and it's so nice to tie a bow with. Good. So that's the paper. I mean, there's I've used most of it. This is the one I used to make the pouch. Yeah, it is pretty. And there's another very light one, and then on the back of this is like a it's petal pink polka dot, and then we have the gray stripe, and then we have why I can't think of the color. So it's basic beige, misty moonlight, petal pink, and smoky slate. So this must be the beige, and the other one is the smoky slate, like this one. And then the other side of this one has the pattern of that blue. So that's the paper for that one. And the other one is that I did the birdhouse with. It's all like woods, different types of wood, and I just love it. I think you said you liked it for a beach scene, the one piece that I'm using a piece of it tonight, and I'm almost out of that piece, or that paper. So this is the stamp set we're using, Country Flowers, and I won't show you my card that I made. We're going to make a new card tonight, and I will just get everything out here, and you can take a screenshot of the because you can use this setup with any card. So we've got a piece of our of course our DSP, or our cardstock, is 5.5 by 8.5, score at 4 1/4. We have our embossed piece, and it's 4 by 5 1/4, and that's done with the 3D Eyelet embossing folder, and I don't know if that comes with if that's in the suite or not. Well, just let me check for you. It could be, and it could not be. Quick check. The Country Birdhouse dies, the stamp sets, and the dies. Comes with the pearls, the smoky slate pearls, the ribbon, and both sets of paper, but the embossing folder is separate. So then I have a little piece of DSP, and you can use any DSP you want. I just picked this one, and it's 2 by 5 1/4, and all the pieces didn't come out. I only stamped one piece. So then we have the largest circle from the everyday details. I was going to show you that. There it is right there. So there's that. And it was the largest one that I used. The largest circle to cut this out. And that's the DSP. And then I just took a little, I took a piece of paper and I stamped a greeting on it. And we'll use that later. I'll show you. So, anyways, so and then I have an insert for the center, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And just a scrap to stamp on. A couple things that we're going to stamp and die cut. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, if you can see it all. Hopefully you can. You should be able to there. There. That's all the pieces. This, I could actually set this one over here because that's the inside of the card. I should have had my stamp set up on some blocks, but I don't. But I can do that while you're either writing them down or getting a screenshot. You can always go back and look at them anyways. And make sure I got the right size blocks here. And I got one more I want to get on the block. And all my stamping will be done, most of it will be done in Memento black. Okay, so got that stuff ready. Next week I'll have a real cute trick to show you on stamping with this set. So I'm going to take this measurements off and we'll get started. Oh, that DSP was 2 by 5 1/4. That little stripe there. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we'll just put this to the side. I didn't score. I've been lately just matching my corners. And giving it a good crease. Because if your corners match, you know your center's going to be good. The center of the card. So we just do that. If I get out of your view, just say, hey, you. Give the camera a tap. Okay. So I'm going to take the inside of the card and using... I still am out of your view, am I not? Okay, I just moved it all up a bit. See if that makes a difference. I'm up as far as I can go. There we go. Okay. So, in the stamp set, there's where am I going to put this? Right here. There's this flower here. So I'm using this flower. And I'm using this flower. And I'm using this bucket. Kind of hard to see that top flower when it's not in the camera. So that one, and this one. And you'll see when I stamp it down. Oh, and here I am. There you go. So the 3 sets of flowers I'm using. 3, 2, and a bucket. And I got ink on my hand already. I have not even started. But as I was moving that around, I did get some on the back of my hand. All right. So for the insert, I'm just going to take my Petal Pink ink and I'm going to stamp up this stamp. And I'm just going to put this stamp in the corner like this, because it fits perfectly in this corner. And I think it's very appropriate for the card. So there we go. And we can put that on the inside of the card. That's the only color, that was the only ink color that I was using tonight, other than Memento for stamping. So I'm just going to use my tape runner and put this down on the inside of the card. Once I get 5 cards, I will make a pouch, and whoever wins will win all 5 cards and a pouch. No, not quite right. It should do it. There we go. Okay, so that's the front of the card. Now we're going to take our piece of embossed Pebble Path, piece of Pebble Path, and I'm going to glue it down, because when it's embossed, I like to glue. I just want to make sure this is really, really creased. There. Because the card should stay closed when it's there. So I'm going to glue this down, because it will catch better because of all the grooves. You don't need to go crazy, but you do make sure you're... I don't think I go nuts with the glue, but sometimes I wonder. Oh, now I think I'll put it on this way, just so I know. Sometimes it's easier to stand up and do your card. There we go. Got that one. Okay. Now we're going to take our piece of striped paper. I don't know whether to go this way. And I could have put this on first, or put it on this way. Look at the back of this. Isn't that awesome? It looks like you could get a splinter off the wood. It's just so realistic. But I think I'll put it on this way. No, that's just about right, I think. Maybe just a hair too long. And I'll just trim that just right along here. I think it's just about that much too long. There. Now use my tape runner again. Hi, Kathy. Glad you could join us tonight. Janet and I just been chatting here. So we just put this piece on here. And then I have, this is the back. I wish when you're watching demonstrators do cards, sometimes you really wish that they would show you what, because of the patterns are so light and hard to see in the camera, I almost wish they'd turn it over a little bit so you could see what was on the back. Yes, you're catching me live. So, and we basically have just, well, we started about 8 few minutes past. That was it. So this I'm going to put down, and I'm going to do it right about here, leaving a border along the bottom and here about the same. Just let me check for something. You can have a look at that while I'm checking. There. Something I didn't get out was the pearls that go with this, so I thought I better get them. Hi, Bonnie. So glad you could join us. So glad to see you here. So then we're going to take, you can always catch the replay. And, yes, hi, Rita. So we started with a piece of petal pink that was 8.5 by 5.25, no, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. And then I had a piece of DSP, and it was 2 by 5.25, this piece. This 4 by 5.25. And then I have the largest circle from the Everyday Detail dies. So I'm just going to put that down and making sure that I don't, and I'm just keeping kind of an even border between, keeping it to the bottom, an even border between the side and the bottom, making sure that that's the same. And, oh, I wonder if this light makes a difference. Is that better? Does that look better, or is that too dull? Or can you even tell? Notice the difference. I had a light on I don't normally have on. Okay. So, yeah, I don't normally have that other light on. And this light, I don't know if it goes brighter or not. No, I guess that's as good as that gets. Okay, so what we're going to do now is take our, I got quite a good sized scrap here. I'm going to take my Memento ink, and I am going to stamp the bucket from the set. And I find that this stamp's pretty good on here. That's why I left myself a little bit longer, just in case it didn't. A little crooked, but we got there. And then this one's a little bigger, so I'll take the pad to the flower. And I hope I'm still in your view. And I think it stamps this way. I think it stamps this way. Pardon me. Okay, that was a good impression. Alright, let me close my black ink up so I don't put my fingers in it. Like I did my pink. I hope you're over all your storms down there, Rita. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the bucket, and I'm going to do it in smoky slate. I've had my colors. I've been sitting in the kitchen coloring. I got my colors in a basket here, my markers, Stamp Blends. Okay, there's that. So I find it easier to color it before I stamp, or color it before I cut it. I'm going to start with the dark, and I'll use the bullet end, and I'm going to do the pale. And I know I stamped it crooked, but that won't make any difference. And I'm just going to come down. I'm sure this said dark, yep. I'm going to come down kind of on an angle this way. And I'm just going to color. And I'm coloring it all. And this is strictly dark. And this will be where the shadow will be. Where I figure the shadow will be on the pot. Or the pail. It's a milk can. Say it, Shirley. Yeah, you had rain today? We had a little bit this morning, but not. And then it looked like it was going to rain this afternoon, but we didn't get any, so. Okay, so that's all I'm using my dark for. I'm going to take my light and use the bullet end, and I'm going to color in the rest. But I'm going to go over this dark line just to blend. And I went outside the line there. Naughty girl. Hopefully when I cut it out we won't see that. If we do, I'll fix it. So now just blend that dark line in. So it still looks dark, but I've colored so many cans in so many different ways. I just can't figure out how to put them on which way I'm going to put them on a card base. I probably have 5 of them sitting in my stamp case there. Pardon me. Excuse my coughing. I have to keep clearing my throat. Excuse me again. So I'm going to go across the top. You won't see this, but it just gives me a reason not to go any higher. Make sure I got all my spots. And just go over this again here, this line. Bit of shading. Okay, I think that's good enough. So we're done with the gray. Now this flower, I was looking at my nails. It almost looks like that petunia pop. And then the girl who did my nails, she said, "Oh, I have a Mother's Day treat for you." She said, "Every mother gets a treat today." And she drew a little flower on a nail on each hand. I thought that was so... She's freehand and she just does beautiful, beautiful nails. But, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to do soft sea foam. And I seen a girl do the bouquet in this. I've done it in other colors, but I've never done it in this. She used soft sea foam because really in this pack there is no green. As much as this looks green, it's pool party. So I'm going to do petal pink. And I'm going to start with the dark. Hi, Sharon. I hope you're feeling better. Okay, so on the flowers at the very bottom, I'll start with the biggest one. I'm just going to kind of go high from the center up. And I guess you could do it in circular motions. I would love to take coloring instructions from someone. I love to color. But I would love to know how to do the blending properly. So then this little flower, I'm just going to do the center with the dark. Petal pink. So I'm sorry. And I want to use another color on these little flowers, but I'm not sure what to use. Something that's going to go with this. Any suggestions, anyone? I know we have blue here. And I don't want to use Misty Moonlight because it's so dark. But I would like to do another color besides pink. Let's finish this flower though. Maybe one of you can suggest a color for the little flowers. So the light pink, I'm just going to go to the top of the flowers and blend. Into the dark. That's pool party. We can try. I don't know if we can do light or dark. Let's see what I've got. I got all my blends in the basket here because I was coloring in the... Well, that's balmy blue. That's balmy blue. Let me see where my pool party is. Oh, there it is. Let me just have a look. Here's the dark. That's the dark. And that's the light. And then I'm going to use the seafoam on the leaves. And I don't know if it's too close in color. No, I guess not. You mean boho blue? That isn't boho blue. That's Misty Moonlight. I think Misty Moonlight would be too dark. To me, it would be. We'll just have a look here. It doesn't take long to color this. Just let me find Misty Moonlight. This is the light one, I think. Yeah. And I think it's pretty dark. I think it would overpower. What do you think? Or can you see that? So I think that would overpower these other colors. Any thoughts? No, I'm not the boss. That dark blue? Well, then I will probably do them all in the light Misty Moonlight. And not use the dark Misty Moonlight. I guess if you make this, you can make your own. You can make your own colors. We have this flower here, so. Seems funny to not be blending. If I had used a different green, probably, but they don't even list a green for this. So, we have a flower here. I noticed Debbie's not on. She must be at home, Bonnie, enjoying her winnings from today. She won the Mother's Day door prize from the striped zebra in, I think it was Norland. Mother's Day gift. So now, oh, I didn't do all the petals on that one, so I'm going to go back. And I think I did it in the dark pink. I'm not mistaken. And I'll use I guess I'll use the light on this one. Because they're I guess in the background. Then we'll we'll do the centers. And I'll start with the dark. I gather that I would take that this is a succulent. So I'm going to do the dark at the base of this. And I know succulents can be any color, any green. It can be dark greens. And I have just these little ones. I'll just not worry about them shading too much there. Too tiny. And we have there's an eyelet. You gotta really watch so you don't miss them. Almost done. So my husband got me a new computer and printer. So I will get them set up tomorrow. I didn't want to try doing it today and have this room still in a mess. But I've got everything sorted now, and I think I'm on keel with everything. She won a bag with, I think it was $130 or $150 worth of goodies in it. It was just beautiful. So, okay. So now what we're going to do, I already stamped the sentiment, and I stamped Very Best Friend. But let's get this cut out. And I brought my little mini in. I haven't, I didn't think I'd ever used it. But when I got it out, I looked at it and I thought, yeah, you have. I haven't used it much, but I have used it. So, we'll just get out our stamps. Or our stamps. Well, we have the stamps out. We'll get the dies out. And we'll get these cut out. We should be able to put both on here at the same time. And the flower I want is this one. And I think this would be how it would go. And I'm going to use some Post-it tape just to keep them in place. Because knowing me, they'll move. On my big machine, I don't too often use Post-it tape, but I just don't like the white shadow around everything. The white border of paper. If it's too much. I don't care for that. I know that's probably sounds silly, but I don't. She posted on Facebook, Bonnie. You can have a look. It's a beautiful bag, and it's mum. It says a mum's life or something. Okay. So we got our 3 plates on with our mini here, and I don't know if I can move it back anymore for you to see what I'm doing. Maybe I can move my camera over this way. I don't know if I'm froze or if you can see me. I can't see me on my screen. There we go. Okay, so you've got your base plate, plate 1, plate 2. And you kind of stagger them a little bit. And then hang on. And I'm going to have to turn it a bit so I can turn it. I'm not going any farther because this moved. The bucket moved. So, that means we need another piece of tape. The bottom. Just a little one. Right there. I've never been to the striped zebra. Oh, there goes all my markers. Okay. I'll just come back through with it. Not that it's that thick that I would have to do that, but I will. Okay. Take this off. Put this away. That's all the cutting that we have to do with it. Let's put it down. Put my plates up here for now. Get everything back in order because it went all over. The piece of paper works good for the glare, but let's hope we don't have a big white ring around everything. Ooh, look at that. We can just trim it a little bit around the bottom. This tape this Post-it tape is very good. You can get it at Staples have it or Amazon has it. It works quite well, and it's reusable. You can use it a couple times, and I usually lose mine before I can use it again, but I just stick it on the side of my machine on the top until I need it. That one came out good. So I'll put the dies away. Put their scrap paper over. Not the pail though. Okay, I'm just going to trim a little bit of this pail. I'll leave a little indent there, but where I went outside the lines at the bottom, I want to take that off. Okay, so there we go. So we're going to take this, and I'm going to put it over here towards the left, and I'm just going to use my tape runner. Maybe get to the end of that. I'm just going to put it there. And I don't know if I might want to put this up on dimensionals. What do you think? Or just flat down? I think we'll put it on a dimensional. Oh wow, look at that. And I'll just use a couple. You don't need a lot, it's not that big. I don't get out much money to get around to these stores. I'm going to try, I've got doctors in Kirkfield tomorrow. So I'm going to try and get into the Silver Coast. Get something for my daughter for Mother's Day. I know she's not watching. She's probably sleeping. And I'm going to put this on just like this. Right there. And then I thought I would take the sentiment that I stamped. My marker's out of the way, so they're not. And I think because this is best period, friend period, ever period, I'm going to cut this apart. So right at the period, I'm going to cut it apart. There's a bit more on this end than there is the other, so then we'll put that there. I think this is a little bit. Do that. And get a hold of this one. And put it there. What do you think? And I think I'm going to use some glue on that. Oh. Now let's hope my little glue works. That's not plugged up. My mini glue. I have the worst luck with these little bottles. With the glue sticking in the end. Maybe this one will work. No, it's not going to work either. And I don't have any more full. Or any more in here. So, we'll try the big bottle. I just need a little dot. I'm doing there. So I just need a little dot. We'll put best. You never seen that done, Bonnie? It works good sometimes when you don't have a lot of room on a card. And, you know, sometimes there's words in a card in a sentiment that you want. So if you can cut them apart and put them on like this, it makes it so much easier. Then you can get the words that you want. There. As I say, I had seen a girl named Christy do something similar to this. And so we're going to use the pearls. We're going to use the smoky slate. And I always like to use my pokey tool. Or take your pick tool. So, I have a big one. I think I'll put it there. And then I'll have a smaller one. put it there. And I'll take another big one. And maybe put it up here. And then on the inside of the card, we stamp the petal pink. I would call them roses. And I will have to find a piece of paper like this or like this, and I will do the envelope with it. So that will be what you get in your in the pouch when I do the draw for it. So there's the other card that I made, and I guess it's a little different too. I kind of you're supposed to have a vocal point, and I have several on this one. But I absolutely love this piece of cardstock, and I used the embossing folder again on this, and I used wild wheat here on the leaves. It's part of this suite, and I had not seen. I did not have my pearls at the time when I made this card. So there's two. I hope I can have a couple more to show you, and then we'll make one together, and then I can have the pouch, and I can do a draw maybe next week or the week after, and then we'll move on to another set. So I'm going to turn the camera around if I can. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed the card, and I hope you stayed with me. Whoever stayed with me, I hope you did. And I will write the names down of everybody that was here last week and this week, and make comments. And I hope your weather gets better, Rita. The storms that the rain and that we had, they said came up the Ohio Valley. They always say that. But tonight it looks like the clouds are all that we got out there, all coming from the west. Started getting a little darker this afternoon. Yeah, I think I will put a piece of this paper on the envelope for this card. And I think we're done. So I'd like to thank you very much for coming. And I wish you all a very, very happy Mother's Day. And I hope you enjoy yourself. I hope we at least have a nice or partially nice day. And I want to thank you again for coming. Yes, I think we're going to have more rain this weekend too. So I'll say good evening and God bless. And I will be here next Thursday, 8 o'clock, God willing. Have a good night. Have a good, great weekend. Bye for now.